What is going on, everybody? I'm back with a brand new video, and today's video is one that I didn't really expect to be doing, to be honest. Today we have a Thought Space Athletics review. Now, the reason I didn't expect to do a video like this is because I've never thrown Thought Space. But for my last video, it seems like you guys kind of enjoyed this disc, so I thought we'd talk about it, and that is the Aura Mana. Comes in at 5.5, -2, 1, which is very, very similar to the Buzz SS. 5.4, -2, 1. So the glide is slightly off, whatever. Now, while the flight numbers are very, very similar to these two discs, the profiles are really kind of different. The Mana is much more rounded on the shoulder here. When I first got it out of the box, I was like, this kind of feels like a putter, but obviously taking a closer look, once you get to the rim, you can tell it's a mid-range, it's a bit faster than a putter. But the rim, you have more of an indent all the way around, so if you felt like a normal Buzz, hopefully you can see kind of the indent or the crease around the rim, as where the Buzz SS is much smoother all the way around. Also, with the Buzz SS, you get a much flatter disc, at least the one I have here, and as well, the shoulder isn't as rounded. So just a couple of key differences that I noticed in these two discs. We're gonna go ahead and give both of these a toss, see how they're comparing, if they are comparing. We got hole one here, says 300 feet. First shot of the day, I'm not sure. Actually, I'm pretty sure these aren't getting there, but that's all right. Oh yeah, that came out on hyzer. Nice glide, it seems, and kind of some nice turn in that too. Now, the one thing about the Buzz SS is I have thrown this one quite a bit, so it's not necessarily brand new. So some of its turn could be from wear. That was almost identical shots. That one's a little bit more nose up though. Fades out way before the Mana. From my understanding, the Aura plastic, hopefully I'm saying that right, I have no idea. The Aura plastic is the same as MVP Neutron plastic, so it's a little bit more on the stiffer side. I don't know if it's a fair comparison with ESP plastic or not, but I feel like it's semi-similar. If anything, the Aura plastic feels a little bit more premium. Oh baby, I really thought we were gonna ring up the first one of the day. To be honest with you, the Mana, it kind of bombs. First shot of the day, just coming up a little short. Nope, right off cage. You guys don't care about the putts today, right? You just wanna see the disc fly? Okay, as long as we're on the same page. If you're a little bit like me, there's a possibility that you didn't even know that this disc existed. Honestly, when I pulled it out of the box, I had no idea because I've never thrown Thought Space. I've never looked at Thought Space. I tend to stick with what I know, Discraft, Innova, and that's pretty much it. Now I try to dip into other companies since I make content, but really my bag, you're gonna find out that's mainly Discraft, a little bit of Innova. Now we got hole 2 here. I'm pretty sure all these holes say they're 300 feet. I'm almost positive these T signs are a little off. Oh, see how straight that disc is? And you get the baby fade at the end. That's perfect. I love that flight. I'm really one that likes to throw hyzer flips. So the Buzz SS, when it kind of gets to flat, it's perfect. But once it starts drifting right, it gets a little bit scary. Oh, I threw it so high. So pretty forgiving, really. That's because it's a little bit more of an understable mid-range. Even though I threw that super high, at the top of the flight, it was able to kind of flatten out for me, which means it didn't fade really, really hard. If that was more of an overstable disc, then that would have just went straight up and straight down. Even at the peak of the Mana flight, thrown that high, it started to turn just slightly. So I can only imagine putting this on some angle, some anhyzer, and this thing's just gonna take off on you, right? Really? Buzz SS, I'm gonna disrespect the Mana by putting with it. Drives are looking decent. Let's get on the board with some putts. Of course I have an excuse. I'm gonna blame the cold weather. My hands are just too cold today. It's supposed to be 50 degrees today, but I have some things to do later, so I had to get out here early. It's about 36 right now. At least the sun's out, I can't complain. Hole 3 says 335 feet. Stay away from that left side where you got water. Honestly, I would like to throw a power shot and put this on a little bit of anhyzer. That would mean I'd have to go over the water though. That scares me because the video could end if I threw it in the water. Great height, great height. Get legs and go. Try to throw that same line with the Buzz SS. Oh, it's low. You can kind of see that ride right though. Threw that one just a little bit more on a straight line drive, whereas the Manda was a bit higher in turning. Wow, overall, pretty good throws here. Buzz SS might just be a tad further. I'm acting like I've never putted a disc before in my life. All right, Max. Come on, dude. I gotta say, first impressions, I mean, we're only through 3 holes, but this Manda is holding up very, very well against the Buzz SS. The Buzz SS is one that I've really enjoyed throughout my time throwing it. And the Manda, I feel like, is very smooth, very easy to throw, just like the Buzz SS. Pretty similar flights this far. I mean, I really can't tell complete differences yet, but so far, just a smooth overall disc to be throwing. I like it. We can really test that out now that we're in the woods. We got hole 4 off to the left side. There's a nice little hyzer on both of these discs. Should flip up slightly and kind of have a pushing hyzer to the basket. That's the theory. Let's see if we can deliver. A little bit inside. Inside will work though, holy moly. We need to go right of that tree that I went left of, which is basically this center tree here. Oh, wow. That was super interesting. That's the first time that I've seen it really flip up and go. We do have a left to right wind. Maybe I didn't put it as much hyzer as I did with the Buzz SS, but I definitely felt like I gave it hyzer and it flipped up and just went right. Not to mention, if I did get it flipped up and starting to turn, this left to right wind is gonna push it right. So we have that to take into account for too. Too stable. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna skip over here because I just threw horrible shots on the last hole. Hole 5 for us, pretty dead straight shot over the bridge into Grandma's house. Oh, put that on a little bit of anhyzer. Get back. We really need to put both of these discs on hyzer, which hopefully I make the correction with the Buzz SS, because these discs are not going to want to fight at all. I mean, one fade, these really just want to finish where you place the disc. And then I overcorrected. I just realized I threw a practice shot on hole 1 and I left my 6-time Buzz over there. And I'm praying that when I'm done, it's still there. Everything is low. Everything. Manda confirmed. Best forehand mid-range. Slightly uphill 300 feet. This is a pretty hefty shot for my mid-range. With how easy these are to throw, I hope to get there. Turn for me. Oh, the Buzz SS just getting to flat that time. Sometimes, which is why sometimes I don't like that disc and why I started just bagging Buzzes, is because it is a little touchy. Definitely have to get your angles down. Definitely need to know how hard to throw it as well, because if you throw that thing too hard, it just turns and burns. If you don't give it enough hyzer, it just turns and burns. But then you throw it pretty light with a lot of hyzer and it just gets to flat, which is the ideal flight for me. But why not just bag a Buzz if that's what you're looking for? Because then you can just throw the Buzz flat. Don't have to worry about it. Oh, there's the flight that just drifts right and keeps right. These distances are so weird for me because now I feel like I'm more accurate to throw it in with a forehand versus jump putting this. This is a little too far for a jump putt. If I wanted to lay it up, sure, I'd jump putt it, but if I want to make it, then I do that. No way! So insanely close. I would have loved that for myself. The only problem with that is, like, if it's a tournament, I don't know if I'd do that because then it could be 100 past. For YouTube videos, we don't care here. We just want to see highlights. Also, if you've been on the channel, I've been talking about my right leg and why I wasn't throwing backhands. I gave it like a week's rest period, and I'm throwing backhands like it's nothing. I think it's still a little bit sore, but not nearly as painful as it was. I was very happy to figure that out yesterday. Can one of these please go in on the first try? If I could putt, I think we'd be okay, but I can't putt. Now, we got a little chip shot here at 245 feet. I'm gonna try to throw the forehand. I'm not that great at forehand mid-range shots, but this is short enough that I think we can do it. A nice flat straight shot. That's better. Kind of nuked it though. Kind of worse for me to throw them forehand, because since they are slightly understable, then if I get any sort of wobble on them, they are just gonna go left and not fade at all. And my mid-ranges always kind of come out wobbly when I forehand them. That's why I throw the zone so much. I can definitely get a better release out of them. And if they do come out a little wobbly, they're stable enough to kind of fix themselves and go where I want them to go. All right guys, we skipped over here to hole 18. We've learned today through like the last 3 holes, I think, maybe 3 or 4 holes, that Max cannot putt. But what he can do is put these close so that we don't have to putt. That's the idea. Let's go Buzz SS first. I'm just gonna try to throw some hyzers out there, steep enough that they stay on hyzer is the goal. So that flipped up though. I need to get that through my head. Sometimes when they flip up, they just end up stalling since they're so high. So I didn't throw that hard enough. Maybe I should have just went straight at it. Yeah, I just threw it too hard and it just turns over. Let me show you why you should just throw a Buzz. Just throw it straight at it and park it. Couldn't get the touchdown with these 2 discs. I threw some good shots, but mostly I feel like they're kind of all over the place. Only real thing that I could do to make this video halfway decent is to make one of these putts. We know how that's been going. Not even that can go in. There you guys have it. That is the new Aura Mana. You can go pick this up at discgolfdealsusa.com. Use code MAXS10 to get yourself 10% off your first order. Now, from what I can tell, since I didn't really throw the best shots today, you know, I don't even know if I can call this a comparison because my shots were all over the place. But from what I can tell, I think they are flying pretty similar. Nice, slightly understable mid-ranges. If you get them out on that anhyzer angle, they are just going to ride right. And that's kind of the deal for both of these. Again, they're a little bit on the touchier side, I would say. And maybe that's just because I'm used to throwing the Buzz, so I can just throw that on the angle I want to. But with these, you have to manipulate the angles a little bit better for the disc to do what you want. You saw it multiple times today where I only got the Buzz SS to flat, where then I would throw the Mana too hard and then it would kind of roll over. So that was kind of the deal today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you in the next one.